Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm going to get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us. It is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and thank you. And welcome back and thank you to everybody who's been on this journey with me. I started this in 2019 stating I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video for an entire year. And I'm on year 3 of doing it. So that was amazing. And I was telling you guys, fear, shame, and guilt was not breaking up with me. It is. It's breaking up with me. It's getting a lot better, but it's still there. But I've learned I can do hard things together with other people, that it can still be there and I can still do it anyway. And also last year was to be more kind and compassionate to myself, which I've managed to do. And this year is breaking up with sugar. And I'm reporting to you guys this breaking up with sugar. I still haven't had it. My big sugar thing was always like Swedish Fish and Twizzlers and like gummy fruity candy. So I can still have fruit, so I do. I have a ton of it. And I think that's why I haven't lost a lot of weight, because I still get my sugar that way. But other than that, you know, like I am, I guess, wheat-free, bread-free, carb-free, like I don't know, but I'm just not eating processed sugar. And I do feel better enough to keep going, but not as good as I hope to by now. And, you know, that's like with everything. I always think I should feel better, sooner, quicker. And I'm realizing the process with all of this is things don't happen as quickly as I would like them to. And that's okay. Like, as long as I can find out what is normal. If somebody could just tell me what is normal. Okay, Michelle, it's normal to still want to have sugar after January 4th was my last date, was my date I broke up with sugar. So starting on January 4th, I stopped. I had 3 little times that I've had processed sugar. I didn't go overboard, but I still had it. But I'm like trying not to beat myself up for what I didn't do, and acknowledge and celebrate what I am doing, which is I'm doing way better than I used to. And if I was like a chocolate lover, I think it would be really hard, but because I can have my fruity stuff, I'm okay for right now. But I still wish I could do it, but I know I have to remember every day, it kicked my ass, and it's not my friend. I wanted to talk to you guys, first of all, about the Marianne Williamson thing. I recite that every week, and one of the reasons why I recite that is because somebody gave that to me at a Christmas party a year before I started speaking out loud. It took an entire year after hearing that, and really, like, what does this mean for me, and how does this speak to me? And how it spoke to me is it made me realize, like, I am meant to speak out loud. I am meant to be a public speaker. I am meant to be the voice for people who haven't found theirs yet. And why a lot of people lose their voice and can't speak because of trauma. And I know because every time I've come out of traumatic things, I could not talk. Trauma takes your breath away. It takes the wind out of you. And I've lived through a lot of traumatic things, and I never realized that after I got out of them, I couldn't speak, because I learned it was easier to keep my mouth shut and not talk about it. And, you know, I'm realizing as I'm doing these videos, a lot of times things come out of my mouth and I have no idea what I'm going to say. I don't prep for this before I do it. I just pray to God that he speaks through me, and he always does. So one of the things I was talking about last week was being a pain in the ass and how I never wanted to be one. And I equate that to rocking the boat. So I was taught from a very young age not to rock the boat, because it wasn't safe for me. It wasn't safe for me to speak up. It wasn't safe for me to be the person that I was meant to be. I had to protect that, and I had to guard that. And what I know now is that I am safe, and I am coming into the person that God intends for me to be. And as I'm able to do this, I want to share that with all of you, because this has not been an easy road. The fact that I can talk about this stuff now, it took so long for me to be able to put words to what happened to me, to what my life was like, and to what it's like now. And it is so much better than it used to be, because I can talk. And I realize when I'm around people and I get the feeling that I can't be myself or talk about how I feel, that I can't, you know, I feel like if they're asking me something and they really don't want to know, I realize those are not safe people for me. But I've also learned I'm safe no matter where I go, because I can trust myself and I can trust my intuition. And that has been a process and practice. And when you learn how to trust yourself and trust your intuition and rock the boat if you need to get out of, not everybody's going to like you when you do that. And that has been my experience. And the more I'm able to be my true authentic self, there's a lot more people on this road than I knew that there was. And they're all over the world. They might not live local in my area, but they're all over the world and they're out there. However, my big requirement from people, from anybody, when I go to anybody for help for a situation, the only thing that I'm looking for is somebody who treats me like a person. Like that I know that they hear me, and they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to always do the right thing, but I'm looking for people who treat me like a person. And unfortunately, what I have noticed in my experience is that there's not a lot of people that are able to do that right now, and that our world is going through a shift and a change, and it really needs to. And I can do that. And because I can do that, I expect other people to be able to do it, but a lot of people can't. And I want to tell you guys the best news ever. I found a new attorney, and I'm so excited, and we're going to work together. But what I used to think is, if you were an attorney and I was a hairdresser, your time was more important than mine, or your job was bigger than mine, so you were more of value than me. And what I've realized is we are all of equal value. And as much as I'm lucky to get them, they're lucky to get me too. And that's what I found with this person. So, which is so great. Like, we all need each other. Not one person's up here and one person's down here. We're equal. We need each other the same. And people who aren't able to treat me like that are not the people that God intends for me to work with right now. So I want to just say thank you to everybody who's watching, who's continuing to watch me, and thank you so much for the support. Please stay tuned, and I'll see you all next week.